There we go. Morning, Mizu. What? It's not a baby seed. Morning, Fanatic. Morning, Tease. It is what? No. Not a baby seed.
Thank you.
Oh, T-Mel's, thank you for the 24 months. I appreciate it. Wow. Thank you. The big 2 years. Wow. Crazy. Holy. Holy moly. Morning, Michigan. Morning, Darkon. Morning, Ringtail. Thank you for the 3 streams. The big 2. How you been, C-Mel's? Oh. How's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, we're doing TP at night. That's right. Yep. Because I did donk twice yesterday, and then we comboed earlier, so it's like, well, I gotta do TP tonight. I gotta hope that maybe we will have a seed that doesn't freaking, like, I don't make the wrong choice somewhere. Morning, Darth, hello! Got back into donk and tried out 2-shift yesterday and today. Oh, you've been in and out of Rando. Oh! Gotcha. I understand, yeah. I mean, it's hard to, like, you know, play the same, randos over and over and over again. Especially if you're only doing, like 1 or 2. Here I am, though. I'm playing the same randos, like, but at least I guess at least I mix it up with TP. But, I mean, it'd be nice to pick up a 4th thing for sure. Oh, right! We should do the meme thing. Just get this name in here. The meme prediction. Yeah, although with combo lately I've been sticking to like one thing, but that's because like the one thing lets me do the other stuff at night, so like I haven't been doing like mystery or anything, but alright, we're doing the meme prediction. Yeah, I'll give it 15 minutes. Sure. Meme prediction. Oh, they're Puyo references? I kind of thought they might have been because Arle or Arl or something. I've seen the name before. Morning, Gerbil. I thought I remember Arla. I remember seeing the name. At the very least. Between mobile, Twitch plus desktop, it gives you a... Oh, it gave you a broken button. Oh. Mobile, Twitch, and desktop? Oh. Ugh. Well, morning, Chibi. Oh. Exciting thing. We have music categories in Combo Rando now. So, starting in tomorrow's seed, I will have that enabled. So that'll be exciting. If any songs you made before were, like, not specialized, they should be all the same categories as MMR and as Zooter. So, like, if it's a if it's an Ooters file, it uses the Ooter categories, to my understanding. And if it's a .mmrs file, it uses the rando categories. I don't know how it works when they're cross-game, like when MMRs are used in OOT, but I guess, like, if you want that information, and if you understand categories, like how all that is set up, you can look at the commit right here. If you scroll down on that page, you'll see, the different categories and how they are handled. But from what I saw, it looked like it, from what I saw Kryn was doing, aka Lulu, as she's otherwise known as, before she decided to nuke her own Discord account and disappear forever, I guess. From what I saw, what she had been doing was she originally did the PR, and she basically was using the two different communities categories as the basis for it. So, like, I don't know how she set up the cross-game stuff, how that is handled, how MMRs are in the Ocarina of Time side, and how Ooters are handled in the MMR side, but I guess maybe that could have been something that was based on Zoe bringing over that stuff to, because, like, yeah, I did a seed gen earlier. I did a test gen earlier, and already, MM Boss Battle was a .ooters file. So, and it was a properly categorized boss theme. So, and Great Bay Temple was another Ooters file. So, the cross-game categories are working as well. So I don't know how that works, but, yeah. Morton Rex! Watch Lake Bed be the new Forest Temple? I mean, it's possible. We did have Lake Bed last seed. But again, the thing about Forest Temple is that Lake Bed would have to be basically in every seed for, like, the next, like, how many seeds? Like, 10? Because I think Forest Temple was in for, like, at least 10 seeds or something. And then we had that one seed that crashed, where I discovered that crash with all the, collecting all the monkeys. Oh. Yeah, but anyway, get your pans in for this meme prediction. You can help redistribute the wealth, or you can make this prediction completely even. And, you know, see what happens. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. The category stuff tomorrow. That will be very, very exciting. I also DM'd Nax a bunch of different stuff after that, but he went to bed, understandably. I don't know if he's gonna work on anything else the rest of the week or anything, but I just went and said to him, hey, because you did this, does this mean we can get, like, Music Plando, like DK64 Rando has it? Where you just have a JSON file you can import and export, and you can just pick where you want the songs to be or not. And then I also asked him about, hey, can we get, what about the heap size for music for MM, because you never did that. You only did it for OOT. So there's some things in MM where there's gonna be some songs that are too large, and then something like Great Bay Coast will be completely mute. Because the music file is too large for that area. And then, like, the other thing I asked him about was about, well, tied into that, supporting samples, you know? I don't know if sample support can happen, because those files do get pretty large, and I don't know how much space Combo Rando has for those kinds of large music files. I don't know how they get injected into the randomizer, basically, because yeah, I don't know how they get injected into the rando as far as on a file size level or anything, but yeah. Hopefully he's willing to answer those questions for me, and he doesn't get, like, upset with me, because the way he, like, alerted me or notified me about it, the music category stuff, was that he's like, he posted with me a gif about "be happy, please," or whatever. And I was like, yes, I am happy about it, but there are these things that have been sitting here for, like, almost 2 years that you kind of need to fix. So, yeah. Morning, Jacob. What do you mean he hasn't started yet? What do you mean door stuck? What do you mean Jacob had to give us a raid message? I mean, hey.
Welcome.
The man is hungry. Cut out after fanfares. So part of that was fixed because of some of that was because of, like, vanilla bank issues, C-Mills. That Lulu ended up, / Kryn ended up fixing at some point. That Nax, like, merged. But it still can happen. But it's much rarer. I don't know if the music categories fixes that or not. I don't think it does. I think the only thing that could fix that at this point, like, fully, is the heap. I think MM's heap size needs to be enlarged, for music, or payload or something, or whatever. And Nax didn't really know the last time I asked him about that, like, where to put or expand the heap. I don't know. But that's why I asked him again, earlier today, but he went to bed, so I'm not gonna find out any of the answers to my questions until at some point tomorrow, probably, or maybe never. Maybe he won't answer any of the stuff I asked, because sometimes when I do stuff like that, when I ask him a million things, he doesn't respond to everything. So, yeah. Anyway, we've got a meme prediction. If you want to join in, it's there. Forest Temple. Is Forest Temple one of the dungeons? It's been a hot meme for me to have Forest Temple required in every seed. Pretty much. To the point where, not the seed the other day, but a seed a few days ago, where I collected all the monkeys in Forest Temple and got to the main room with them, and the game crashed. I discovered a crash that the rando devs had to fix. So that was very funny. Morning Sodium. Yeah, apparently, specifically collecting the 4 monkeys before you go and get the remaining 2 at the back. The rando was setting a flag that when I walked down the stairs in that main room with all the monkeys that you can get at that point, set a flag, and it was the wrong number, wrong address, the ASM patch that the rando devs did, and so it crashed. And this only would come up because it would have to lock Clawshot, and in that seed, my Clawshot was behind Forest Temple. So I had to do it with the 4 monkeys, and I couldn't. The seed was dead. So who would have a bug like that? I, a monkey scientist, would never make a mistake like that. This is why we can't have nice things. And the seed is dead. Get a 5th monkey in there. It's true. 5th monkey is always Crusher. This is true. This is very true. Oh my gosh. 1 minute left on this meme prediction. We find out instantly, basically. Because I get to check what my dungeons are right away. When it died! Crem it out! Oh my god! "30 seconds! Oh man! You believe in Temple of Time with the funny rod. Oh man! Oh shoot! Oh my gosh! Okay. Alright. Here we go! Here we go. Oh, I spawned in Snow Peak Ruins? What the fuck? No, Forest Temple! You all lose! No, Forest Temple! Alright. Okay. Alright, this is interesting though. Where the heck is my spawn though? Oh my god, okay, city, okay, that's funny. I skipped, because of the spawn, I skipped the, wow. Okay, so Lake Bed, Temple of Time, Arbiters is City in the Sky. Ugh. That's a lot of items I need. Sky equals Snow Peak and Hyrule Castle's vanilla. Okay. Sacred Grove. Pack. Gorge. Beside Castletown and south of Castletown. Wow. Okay. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright. Funny thing. We get at least one check. And I get more info from here. Lobby Chandelier Chest is dead. Gale Boomerang is not required. Oh my. Not required. Okay. Wow. Alright. And that is a small key. But I can't do anything with that. So we're just leaving. Okay. Yeah, we're just leaving now. Yeah, non-Wii speedrunners in shambles, yep. Goodbye! Yeah, we don't have to worry about the Sky character for Snow Peak. So that's actually really nice. Also, for those that maybe haven't watched me play TP Rando either at all or haven't in a little while, I am using a custom model to play as Link instead. It's pretty good looking. It does Balam in the sense that, like, Twilight Princess in general does. And someone made, some custom models that are randomizer friendly. So I had to actually go in and remove the custom, chest models that this pack had, because they were causing crashes. But once those were gone, the model's been perfect. Have they paid Linebeck yet? No. At least not for, like, rando. Like, not as a randomizer-friendly thing. They should. Yeah, someone should. A bomb bag, yo! Okay. Alright. I like that. Where's the custom Zant model? What about Dampe? Oh gosh. Baby C. No, it's not! No, it isn't! Damn! Oh my gosh. Dino Nuggies. The spawn, honestly, is genuinely terrible, though. Like, on the real. Ball and chain to lantern. Ooh. Backroom lantern chest. Is the female grasshopper not required? Okay. I want to try getting these 2 chests again. TB Rando is pretty fun. I am playing with, like, some slightly tweaked settings from what, most people play. Like, at least as far as, like racing goes, I guess. As always. But it's definitely fun no matter what you decide to do. Like, if you want to start with the Shadow Crystal, you can. Don't. Oh god, chicken? Okay, good, we got it. Alright, here we go. This time, I will get it. Yes! I finally figured it out. It only took me months to figure out how to do that. Thank you. God. Now I understand it. Approach, what would you say it is? Not 100%. So I would say if you played like the if it was rolling with exactly like maybe the season 1 settings, it would probably be fine-ish. It's just that you would need to remember where, like, a lot of the Wolf-Link grottos are. Because what I ended up doing to learn this rando was first I tried that, and then I was like, I don't like all these Wolf-Link grottos. So I decided to junk, like 90% of them, and leave, like, more of the ones that require items in the first place to actually do. And then eventually I shuffled the Shadow Crystal, because I got tired of just being able to warp everywhere instantly. And how that affects routing in general. I'm gonna go to Ordon in this case. You can do it where you start with the Shadow Crystal and then you don't have the ability to warp everywhere right away. It would just require you to go to the specific part of the map, and then once you're in that map, you unlock the warp. But I still don't really enjoy that, because, like, you're still making it so, like, I treat the Shadow Crystal like a transformation mask in MM, basically. Like, that's how it should function and stuff, right? So it's just kind of... Okay, it's just kind of nuts to have it at the start of the seed, to me. Because also, it kind of removes your swordless logic, too. Like, because you can you can pretty much attack every enemy with Wolf-Link anyway. But I will say, it took me quite a bit of time to learn the rando, because there's things like gold bugs, and there's the Wolf-Link grottos, like I said. A lot of things have improved since I picked it up, as far as, like, making it easier to learn, because they have a wiki. They have a wiki that lists stuff, and also, the hint system is pretty good. Like, pretty good now, I would say. Like, it's, a lot of the improvements to it are actually because of, Combo Rando, actually. Believe it or not. So, like, quite a bit of the inspiration is from Combo Rando with the hint system. Specifically with, hint importance. Yeah, like, there's a lot more information, on the wiki about, oh god, the bird. About, stuff that when I was picking this up, I had no idea. And there's a lot more intuitive things now, too. But, yeah, like, you definitely want to start from at least, like, some kind of race setting, like, preset, whatever that might be. Nice bottle, by the way. Whatever that might be at the time. Because I don't know if they're gonna have, I don't know if they still have Season 1 specifically as a preset on the website right now in the dev generator. I haven't looked. But Season 1 definitely is, like, more approachable than what they're trying to do with Season 2. Season 2, they're trying to, like, do dungeon entrance rando stuff, which I don't think is that bad, but it wouldn't be the thing that you'd want to necessarily, like, play the first time you're picking up the rando, right? Not unless you plan to, like, actually spend quite a bit of time learning it and stuff. Yeah, like, as someone who had not done a vanilla playthrough of the rando, when I did try it, it took me a while before I got to where I was, like, comfortably getting seeds down to, like, 4 or 5 hours, and that was before, again, a lot of the, oh, nice! A lot of the, improvements. Okay, claw shot on herding goats. Understood, you will not skip this check this time. North Eldon to Blizzetta. Looks like S1 is still, okay, yeah, then that would be what I would recommend. Is, trying out Season 1 settings. And then, because, like, what they do also is they limit Agatha in the race settings to where it's only 6 checks. And that reduces the gold bugs in the pool. And they also don't shuffle, like, the gold bug checks, like the gold bugs in the overworld. I do in my case, because there's a few that are logically interesting. But they don't. Like, that's where, like, I replaced some of the Wolflink grottos with gold bug locations instead. That were in basically the same locations. So, like, in Elden Field, for example, there are 2 Wolflink grottos there, and they basically have the same requirements as the gold bugs. And they're a lot more annoying to have to find in Elden Field every single time you need to check them. So it's like, just replace those with like I do, is I just replace those 2 grottos with the gold bugs instead. It's 2 checks that human can get. There's Sphere 0. Just widens the Sphere 0 a little bit for human instead of, like, you know, it being super kneecapped because I don't have the wolf form or whatever. I did things like that. Once I was, like, more familiar with the rando and stuff. But yeah, they've done a lot of good stuff. Especially with 1.3. They are looking to have this, like, they're trying to do a release candidate. They're doing release candidate testing right now, basically. So they can have it on stable. And then 1.4 is, I don't know how soon 1.4 they're gonna start, because I'm sure they're gonna have, like, some kind of break, like any dev cycle stuff, typically. One thing is, that I'm looking forward to is they're gonna make Zant work like the K. Rool, like, phase settings from Donk. It's gonna be great. Because currently right now, Zant is all phases. Yeah, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be so good. Someone already had made, like, a proof of concept of it, and then they just have to adapt it to rando during 1.4. But I'm looking forward to it, because it will make Zant a lot more interesting, because otherwise he just requires everything. You just require all the items whenever Palace of Twilight is one of your dungeons. Oh, well, of course, I lost on that. Okay. Nice! Okay. Yay! Well, there's a Dominion Rod. We needed one of those for Temple of Time. Okay. Yep, funny rod time, that's right! The goofy thing is, with where Temple of Time is, I need Zora armor this sea. And iron boots. I mean, I already need iron boots for City in the Sky, but... They're onto your... This is on your playlist. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Oh. Please. Yeah, definitely, like, when you're starting out, definitely just mess with the Season 1, like, settings and look at the wiki for stuff. The wiki is pretty good now. I don't know if it has info on where all the Wolflink grottos are, but I haven't looked that far into it, because, like, again, I learned it before the wiki was like a thing, really. But it does have all the info about how hints work, and I know it has, I think it has the gold bug locations at least. I don't know about grottos, but it should, I would think. I don't know. But yeah, with that preset, it's pretty, it should be fine to pick up. It's definitely in a really good state with 1.3. Alright, claw shot obtained, let's go. Monkey crash avoided, yeah. Right? Baby seat. No, it's not! Stop it! Not. It's not. Alright, yeah, so we just go to... yeah, we just go to CAC now. Cleared testing barrel yet. Oh, I should do the Fair and Field chest over here. See, that's another thing, too, about TP, Rando, is that you will learn that there's all these random chests in the overworld. There are some that I knew about, but, like, that I remembered. But, like, there's just some that are just, like, I don't remember that. That kind of just happens in most Zelda randos anyway. Like, oh, you just learn about a random chest somewhere in the overworld. It's so weird, like TP's overworld is technically, like, truly, like, barren, right? But, like, in a randomizer context, it feels like it has enough, generally. It's so weird. Is that a... what is that? That's a rupee. Okay. Please. Oh, right! CAC Gorgeous Foolish. What am I doing? Get out of here. I don't need to waste my time here. Just remember. I need to go to CAC. Just straight to CAC. Yeah! Yeah, I generally agree. really not that bad to navigate. Yeah. Like, that's, again, that's kind of why, like, I ended up, like, playing this over playing Wind Waker Rando, is because Wind Waker, like, I tried it for a little while, but, the way that overworld works is the routing for it is just really weird. Whereas, like, in this, it's a lot more fun to route, like, because of how the overworld is set up and, like, Epona herself and everything. Like, it feels good to control Epona and stuff like that. And, like, figuring out what's the best approach. Because, like, you're gonna hit up the same 3 main areas at the start of these all the time. But at least without Shadow Crystal Shuffle, like, you have some double claw shot, okay. Alright. You have some, what am I looking for? It's a pretty decent freedom of choice in routing, but in the opener, but you'll generally hit up the same 3 main places unless they're hinted foolish or something. Yeah, it did. But, you don't know, but I have had such terribly buried double claw shots in Seeds lately that getting it early, like, paralyzes me. And, like, one of the most, like, annoying parts of TP Rando is the fact that, like, you can have a single claw shot hinted, right? But then, like, the other claw shot may not be behind it. So it's kind of like the same behavior as, like, normal hook shot and long shot in Zooter and MMR and stuff, but Hyrule Castle. No, there's some overworld checks with double claw, actually. One sword in a dungeon. Okay. Let me write that down. There's a few overworld checks, but yeah, you always need double claw for Hyrule Castle, yeah. And if I get Spinner soon, then I can go to the treasure room for some checks. Because what I did in my settings is, I made it so that the treasure room wasn't junk in Hyrule Castle. And so that way, like, double claw, combination of double claw and spinner can get me that. Hyrule Castle isn't always vanilla, though. So, it's kind of a chance if I can get in there really early or not. And then the boss key requires, the 3 dungeons to be completed. When I'm doing non-dungeon ER, I make it so Hyrule Castle opens after beating 1 dungeon, and then boss key off of 3 Fuse Shadows. Dungeon ER I did a little bit of a different setup, because Hyrule Castle can be anywhere. Like, it can be locked behind Temple of Time or something. Yeah, there's a couple of places double claw is like, hi, I can be needed and required very early in the overworld. One of those checks is hinted dead because of Foolish Cack Gorge, but there's still a couple others. Although, actually, I guess the Chasm chest is dead, too. But there is Star Prize. That's still available to do. I can do both of those when I get there, I guess. No reason not to. Alright, let's go get the chicken. Oh, I will also say the only really bad part of TP Rando for logic... Whoops. Oh, right, that's an always hint now, even though you can peek it. That's so silly. I don't know why that's... I don't really agree with that decision, but... Isaac, I guess, really wanted it, wanted magic armor to be in the Season 2 settings. And people were not peeking it, I guess. So... Anyway, the one logic thing to be aware of when you do try to learn this is that Gale Boomerang plus bombs can be required. Both for Lake Bed Temple and some checks in the overworld. The checks in the overworld aren't bad. The biggest problem is the Lake Bed logic. Yeah, just the regular bombs, yeah. You place it, you, like, toss them, and then you have to lock onto the bomb with the Gale Boom, and then target the thing you want to explode with it. In Lake Bed, it would be water bombs if you're not doing dungeon ER. But it's... When you actually, like, see the rooms you have to do it in Lake Bed, yeah, so I think the main reason it's even in base logic at all, Balam, is because they don't have a logic tricks thing yet. I think that's the only reason why, and it's kind of like, in my opinion, it's kind of like borderline. Because it's like, as someone who's played a lot of this, I went through, there was a seed where I went into Lake Bed with 17 bombs in that first room with Gale Boomerang. I finished with 1 bomb left, or 2 bombs left, in that first room. And they expect you to do it again in the same dungeon later. In an even more cramped room where the Gale Boomerang can drag the bomb next to a small piece of collision and then blow up. So that's kind of the issue with it. My favorite Zelda game of all time post? OTMM? Well, it would probably end up being, Breath of the Wild, I guess. Because I don't really hold Twilight Princess not Twilight Princess Rando, Twilight Princess above OOT or MM, personally. And I did not like Skyward Sword. And Wind Waker is enjoyable, but it has its problems with the partner dungeons. Not a fan of the partner dungeons in that game. Have I played? No, so I am unusual, I guess. I do not like the 2D Zeldas. I have only played A Link Between Worlds and A Link to the Past. A Link Between Worlds was enjoyable, like, to an extent, to a degree. I enjoyed it, my time with it, but A Link to the Past was, not for me. Did not enjoy. I streamed that. That was an incentive for me to do to play A Link to the Past first time on stream. And then I even did a rando seed afterwards of it because people wanted me to. And I was like, nah, not for me. You feel like I think, so... I'm very picky about what I like from my Zelda games, and I just was not a fan of the, revisiting areas a lot. And then the fact that the overworld was basically just, also its own, like, puzzles. Oh, hey! Spinner! Look at that! I wonder where we're going! with the spinner. Very cool. I guess, you know what? Opponent, you're done. Let's go fast! Yay! Yeah. So, I didn't have a problem with Skyward Sword's story. The story's fine in that game. It's really just the revisiting areas and the revisits being just worse every single time. I did not enjoy it. The dungeons are fine for the most part. But the fact that I can't even, like... And I played the game twice, by the way. The fact I can't even, like, pinpoint a Okay, actually, that's not true. I liked the Lanayru desert dungeons. That's it. Those were the really good dungeons in that game. Outside of those two, I couldn't tell you, like, anything about any of the other dungeons. They were forgettable to me. Motion controls I had no problem with. Motion control stuff I found was fine. That's all fine and dandy with me. It was mainly the what the overall, like, design philosophy was, which was overworld is basically an extension of the dungeon by basically functionally making puzzles in the overworld, which, again, that's not a bad idea necessarily. It's just how you execute it, right? And they didn't really hit it for me. For what they decided to do for that is what happened. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the star prizes, because we're gonna be hitting up Hyrule Castle in a moment. This is, like, definitely the earliest I've ever gone into Hyrule Castle for the treasure room. Although, Oh, I don't have a way to kill the Iron Knuckle. Never mind. I need a sword to do that. So I would need to find a sword. Or Shadow... Well, not even Shadow Crystal. I'd need to find a sword for Hyrule Castle to do anything in. Either that or... No, not ball and... I need a sword, period, for the Iron Knuckle. So, I will not be going into Hyrule Castle yet. Didn't really impact you too much. It wasn't like the backtracking itself. It was more so just like what they ended up doing in those areas that you backtracked. Like, I didn't really find the gameplay that they developed for those backtracks to be fun. Like, I understood what they were going for with it. Oh, shoot. I did the wrong thing. Well, well. Yeah, this was all wrong. I will fix this somehow. Yeah, I really messed this up. Okay, here we go. I still got it. Okay. Water bombs again. And we got it out of the way. Alright, so gold bugs aren't needed either, so that's good. That's funny. I definitely don't need it, but that's really funny that it's there. Alright. What do you got over here? Gerudo Desert to Argarok. Okay, that's probably... Argarok. That never gelled with you? I honestly, I don't, you know, I feel like anyone will have some kind of 3D Zelda, like anything post OOT or MM that just doesn't, like, vibe. Because, like, they're all so different from each other, right? Even though the principles, the design of, like, what a 3D Zelda is basically the same across all 3 games. I'll buy a heart container, sure. Why not? As long as, yeah, I still have money, so it's fine. Oh, I only have, like, a wallet. Yes. Okay. I've got that now. So now I could go get that purchase in CAC, but I'd have to go all the way back over there for that. So I'm not really interested in doing that. There's only one check with the spinner right now. Because I definitely cannot attack the Iron Knuckle. Like, I could kill... Technically, I could kill the Dynalphos and stuff, but... that would just be waiting on bombs to hit them. And I don't know how many regular bombs it takes to kill them. Because bomb arrows just nuke them, but... okay. Yeah, let's go to Lanayru then. We'll go to a Lanayru field. Beside Castletown is foolish. So we just go to Lanayru field with this, bomb bag. Felt really bad when we were maybe with that and the wind changes. Yeah. For sure. And Wind Waker Rando applies those same changes. Like, it adds the Swift Sail and stuff like that, but... For me personally, just, like, from a routing standpoint, the game is just weird, because you can... It suffers from, like, the same problem that TP can, when you can just warp everywhere. But the difference is that with TP, at least, there's stuff you can route on the way if you turn off the ability to warp everywhere. Whereas in Wind Waker, you don't have anything you can route on the way or whatever if you turn off warping everywhere. It just makes everything take longer. Whereas in this, it doesn't feel like that at all. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with TP just being probably like best executed, like on the formula. The only grievances I really have with it is just the minimal like use certain items have after their dungeons, like the spinner, for example, or like what else? The slingshot is like completely axed after Forest Temple. Stuff like that. Because it made you rage quit. Oh, yeah, I could see that, Chibi. For sure. There's a sword! Alright, we're going to Hyrule Castle, boys. There we go. Yeah, the spinner, what I just did there, Balam, is one of the, like, 4 things that are in the overworld with the spinner. There's only, like, there's just the Stalfos Grotto, and then Sacred Grove, and then south of Castletown with the spinner, and then that's it. There's a fountain you can... a fountain chest. A chest on a fountain you can reach with the spinner. And then Sacred Grove has like this little spinner track for a chest, and then there's a spinner track leading to a Wolf-Link grotto in up by that bridge I was just at. Medley, thank you for the 10 streams! I appreciate it! What I'm talking about. Does this tell me anything useful? Probably not. Nope. That's just a joke. Hint. Never crossed your mind? Yeah, I mean, in the context of the vanilla game, it's fine, kind of, but it is a bit of a weird choice, I feel like, still. Because, like, yeah, the bow does just make it irrelevant once you get it, right? But in OOT, there's still some use for the slingshot, because Child can't use the bow, right? So when you go to Spirit Temple, in OOT, slingshot is still useful in places. Same way as long shot. Yeah, I mean, it is. Like, that is probably the reason why it gets nuked, but it's just weird. Oh. ... space ... Weeders! Morning, Danny! I need to remember exactly where this is. Oh, nope, it's not there. Yes it is, Kent. Morning. Oh, you actually meant winners? Okay. Nice. Made it. Oh, you won tonight. Oh. Well, congrats, Danny. Yay. I told you. I told you could do it. I told you. Did I not? It's so funny to kill with the wooden sword. One thing I also like with Rando is you get to use the wooden sword, dude. It's so funny. Please. Thank you. How would I rank this game? Okay. Ah, frick. I would rank it, gosh. I don't have, like, a list memorized of, like, where I would put the 3D Zeldas, like, in a list. It's also kind of like, the Rando experience is just so much different from the vanilla game experience. Like, I also think, even though, like, from a first playthrough, like, the Wolf-Link stuff is probably fine, I find the Wolf-Link sections, the initial, like, sections where you're going through the Twilight Realm stuff, I find that stuff with the bug hunting to be a negative. And that's something I don't experience in Rando because we skip all of that. Like, we can absolutely turn it on if we want to, but it doesn't add anything to the Rando. Because, like, it just closes off areas, and you're just doing a lot of, like, nothing. You're just doing vanilla things, right? Because of the bugs not being shuffled. So you're just doing vanilla gameplay. Class the remix. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, anything that's like if we're talking about TP HD, which does reduce some of the bug collecting, for example, that kind of colors things a bit, too. Alright, let's see what we got in here. Right. Oro's... Oh, shoot. Okay. That is probably the important item out of here. There's 2 others, but they might just be, like, bottles or something. I'm gonna open all of these. Magic armor. Okay. Well, that's cute. Okay. Yeah, that's all of them. Spawn. You skipped the Wii release, though? Alright, well, still nothing I can do in here yet. But that Oro's memo is the important item out of Hyrule Castle. Which is gonna get me whatever... Oh, I guess my path... Maybe my path to Argarok in the desert is just gonna be... Shadow Crystal, then. Morning Cause! Thanks for the good luck. I guess if we're talking, like... If we're talking, like... If I was just to rank, I guess I'm gonna take the boar with me instead of, using the spinner to get down there, because I need to get rid of the moblins or whatever. I guess if I was to try and rank it off the top of my head right now, at least, like, in terms of 3D Zelda stuff, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are basically in the same, like, slot for me, as far as, like, how much I enjoyed both of those games. So they're kind of, like, at the top for me, but in terms of traditional 3D Zelda, like, we're not talking about those two, because they are very different from the others. I would put Majora's Mask at the top for myself. And then it would be, like, Ocarina of Time after that. And then it would probably be... Oh, wow, nice shot, dude. Wow, he nuked me. Holy crap. I was not expecting that. And then it would probably be Twilight Princess after that, I guess? It's weird, though, because the vanilla Wind Waker, like, playthrough, like, it's kind of like the ocean stuff, the theme absolutely carries the ocean, right? The Great Sea, right? Like, at least in my opinion, it does. Like, that really kind of adds to the, like, experience of that game the first time. Yeah. But, like, TP, I really like a lot of the dungeons in TP. Yeah, Shadow Crystal. Except, I don't like, City in the Sky. City in the Sky is my least favorite dungeon in this game. I freaking hate it, and it's just because the music. And also, it is just a slog of a dungeon. Like, your traditionalist's heart. That's fair. Again, as long as we don't get into the conversation about that some people like to do, which is say they're not Zelda games. I'm okay with any opinion besides that. That's the only opinion that I don't like hearing about. For those two games. But they are their own thing. Yeah. City in the Sky, as far as dungeons go in this game, it's the worst. And then Temple of Time, thematically it's great. Don't get me wrong. But the escort part of it is what kind of drags down Temple of Time a lot. And a bow! We're just getting everything in the desert here. Cool. We did end up picking up the Gale Boomerang, but that's kind of unavoidable when you don't have chest-sized matches contents yet. With the boss fight first, it worked backwards. Yeah, I think you're right, Rex. The boss fight is like the only cool part of that dungeon. Because you liked Oot so much, but MM ended up being equally as brilliant. Yeah, MM. The thing is that it's basically just an extension of OOT in a way, right? Because they did all that asset reuse. But it is like one of the more wait, that's the lantern chest out here, is that what that said? Yeah. Okay. It is one of the more what's the word I'm looking for? Polarizing 3D Zeldas. I need to just place a bomb here. Hey, which key is this? Barren Woods! Interesting. Because Serious has evolved a lot and has a lot of different... Yeah! I just don't like the negative connotation behind people that like describe them as like non-Zelda games, Balam. Like it's just I don't think it's the right way to refer to the those two. Like it's not my favorite thing. Okay, so Shadow Crystal, what does that... Oh! Duh. The Spinner Grotto. Stalfos Grotto. You can just call... Yeah, I mean... Look, I can't disagree if you call them bad. Like, that's your opinion, right? Like, if you just don't like them, that's fair. But... if you're gonna, like, refer to them as not Zelda games when they have Zelda in the title, it's, you know... It's like trying to actually actively, like... It invites a discourse that I just don't like. That's all. You can just be straight up honest with me and say you don't like them, and that's fine. I'd prefer that. I'd rather... I'm of the opinion that people should be able to enjoy what they like and not be, like, crapped on for it, basically. Because that's kind of what the discourse, like, results in, usually. But if we say don't like you, well, then I would be very upset. It's sad. It's an absolutely gorgeous Pokemon game. Alright, so Shadow Crystal is here. Oh my gosh. Jacob! Wouldn't have a visceral reaction to Zeldas. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, if they were more tactical in their... how they prop up the newer games or something. Oh! Okay, so then I guess I do need to go to Farron then. Yeah, Fair and Field Grotto would be the other one, and then there's the Ordon Shield. Oh my gosh. Oh, also, yeah, if you guys haven't seen, this is the model, the wolf model for the Oot, model. It's really cool. It uses the I think it uses the actual, like, the golden wolf model that you see in the game. It's pretty sick. I don't know why I'm still going as the wolf. I need to use spinner here. Faster. Yeah, it's so good. I was shocked when I initially saw it, because I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this was part of it. I had no idea. Medley!
Marco!
Thank you for the 28 months! I appreciate it. Speaking of hate watching, wait, what? Not having custom models. What is TPR music rando? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, there is random music, but no custom music in this. Is Skyward Sword any good? It kind of depends on what your feelings are towards motion controls first. There we go. And then your what am I looking for? Yeah, I think motion controls are probably the biggest thing about it. And if you play Skyward Sword HD, then you don't have to deal with motion controls, but, yeah. Okay, so Ball and Chain. I think I'm just literally going to Snow Peak now. Yeah. Turn to spawn. I've been giving him money this whole time! I'm gonna get rid of this Poe, because this Poe sucks. Alright. Yeah, so I think as far as, like, as far as, TPR music rando goes, that I think is more down to, the fact that since it's a GameCube game, it uses, like, MP3s and stuff, or some format like that, or whatever. And I think you'd have to actually inject it into the ISO, to have, like, your own music. It wouldn't be done by the rando. That's my guess, anyway. Okay, now I have to move this. Yeah, you were very confused. I might have very poorly explained it. And I know I probably did. See this blow up again? Well, the reason why that blew up before was the patching process. I already did a test gen, Grandma, and it patches fine. And I also checked the cosmetics log, and a minigame song landed in a minigame place. Boss battle music landed in boss battle, spot. And music placement in general looked to be better. Granted, there's still the whole part where people had to have made and chosen the correct categories for their music. So if something lands in the wrong spot, hard to say if that's down to the music rando itself, but it could be if the categories are correct. But no way to know until people play seeds. Because remember, we're dealing with, like, cross-game categories, too. So, like, Ooters have to go into MM places, and MMRs have to go into OOT places. So, that kind of stuff is where things could get funky, maybe. It seems our popular reuse or treat them for the next entry just doesn't always work out for the better. Yeah, true. Very true. Oh, nice goat cheese. Thank you. We know there's gotta be another sword in here somewhere. There's Zora armor. I need iron boots to go to Temple of Time. And Lantern might be the answer to locking that. And we know Ball and Chain leads to the Lantern. No, of course. Stop! No! Okay. Okay, never mind! Oh, okay, Lantern's required for, like, a sword, then? Or, like, maybe Temple of Time boss key? It's either for one of the swords, because the rest are... Oh, God. Oh, God! Okay. The rest are, like, unavailable, or it's like... Yeah, it's gotta be something like that. What do I have pathed at this point? I think that's all I've got. Please. Freezard! I absolutely hate these freezers. Oh my gosh. I think it might be worth drinking the milk before I do the spin attack, because I'll have the great spin damage then. And that might do a lot more to this guy. I don't actually know. Wooden sword on this guy is really bad. Like, it's super bad. Oh, it annihilates him! Oh, that was so worth it! Oh my gosh! You didn't mind the shrines too much for a shorter play session, but preferred the Tears of the Kingdom dungeons. Yeah, I mean, they made improvements in Tears with the dungeons. How's the baby seed? It's not a baby seed! There's the boss key. How's the toddler seed? It's going! We need Lantern and 2 swords? So one of the swords... I mean, it might just be Lantern for Temple of Time boss key. That might be just what is happening. And I can't, like, go mode this dungeon still. Specifically because of the ball and chain to Lantern. There's only, like, one spot in the overworld where Zora armor actually matters. And it could be for that. That could be where the Lantern is. But I'm not sure. Yeah, Lantern is used quite a bit in this game. It's kind of funny. the lantern is like one of the earliest items you get in the game, and it's used pretty much everywhere. It's probably the only item in the game that has, it's probably the only item in the game that has the use that people would expect from items like the spinner that happen later in the game. You know? Because, like, something like a more unique item like the spinner is something that should have had more use, right? Because it's such a neat concept as an item, but they just didn't. Ah! Stop it! Oh, okay, that can lead to the... That can lead to the lantern. I haven't seen a hint for it yet. Yeah, I better go this way. Yeah. That is probably, like, my biggest grievance with just TP, the vanilla game, is how little use a lot of the items get later on. Yeah, that's why I turn on that setting that makes the spinner faster, so that way it has more use, in the overworld. I don't really care if it completely overrides Epona's importance or whatever. Epona is still useful in the early game. Like, it's okay if an item that you find in the overworld later, or just in the game later somewhere, overrides an earlier movement option. Ooh. It's kind of like how in MM, we start with Epona song, and later we get Goron Mask. It's okay if Goron Mask completely overrides Epona's use in the overworld for travel. It's fine. That's part of Goron Mask's importance and use. Sure, I mean, it's basically the same concept, actually, too. Because most of the time you need Goron Mask in MM anyway. So, the spinner, you need it all for every single seed because of Hyrule Castle. So it's basically the same concept anyway. Yeah, Ball and Chain is supposed to be like Megaton Hammer, yeah. Unfortunately, it also, like, only has 3 things in the overworld you can do with it. Yeah, Medley. Yeah, there are. But a lot of the time, you need it. Like, a lot of the time you do. Like, especially in combo, because, like, it's mainly because Goron locks 2 song locations, right? And you just need so many songs across so many seeds. So, like, Goron Mask is basically almost required every single seed. Basically feels like he's required every time. I mean, I did just play a seed today where he wasn't, but... Oh, I know where we haven't been for items yet. It's the, Oh, I forgot the cannon. Whoops. I forgot the cannonball. Whoops. I knew I was forgetting a step. Yeah, Dino Nuggies. Yeah. So, like, the problem is the balance of that in the vanilla game. That's my biggest gripe with TP, vanilla TP. And then the 3 Wolf Link sections with the bug collecting. But again, like, that's... Like, when you're first playing through the game, it's different. Because, like, it's like, oh, you don't know what's... You know, you're exploring the game world with those sections and whatnot. But... And the atmosphere is part of that whole experience anyway, but, like, on replays, those sections are rough. Are you blanking on the second song that Goron locks? We're counting Romani Ranch, because technically speaking, Powder Keg with Goron, even though it's an either or with Strength 3. And then, yeah, Elder Goron. Yeah. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. No doubt. Side of their dungeons. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Medley. It's just unfortunate that, for Wind Waker, for me personally, I just don't like the partner dungeons. I don't like the partner dungeons, and I also don't like how routing feels in that rando, and I also don't like the choices they made with their hint system. And they don't seem to want to change their, like, offer a different setting that's closer to the other 3D Zeldas, or whatever. So, it's okay. It's okay. I do not have to play that rando. It's fine. How does Winter do hints? The boat tells you everything, right at the start, Jacob. You get all of your hints right at the start, off of the boat. You just talk to him, and he tells you every single hint. Your other options for hints are the fishmen with bait, or, fishmen with bait, or the human guy with the telescope. That's, like, on, like, 10 islands or something. So you only get, like, 10 hints with him or something. That's right, Balam! Exactly! You completely get why I don't like it. He dumps you all your paths, all your, sometimes hints, all of your always hints, everything. Right at the start. Yeah. Yeah. That's the default that they went with. Because your other options are the fishmen, which you need the bait bag for. And then the telescope guy. I have to full clear this dungeon outside of the one chandelier chest, by the way, because of Ball and Chain to Lantern. Yeah, basically, Nuggies. Yeah, it's not great. You know what's funny? There was a dev that actually developed basically Gossip Stones, and the main dev did not want to merge it. He actually created custom stone tablets on specific islands that would work like Gossip Stones. And main dev would not take it. And so he just dropped it. He didn't bother continuing to support that idea. TP Rando added, yeah, they added custom signs for their hints, and it's great. I love it. I freaking love it. The only aspect of it that I am still iffy on for TP Rando is that Isaac decided that any region that's hinted foolish cannot also have any hints that you actually need to read. So the sign will say, this place is barren, you know. Any reason given? I don't remember what the, honestly, I don't remember what the, I don't remember what the reason was. Yeah, I actually don't remember. Cause like when I looked into it, it was like, it would be almost 2 years ago now, or so. Plus, the Wind Waker Rando dev is in enemy shuffle hell. Yeah, it's everything, Jacob. It's very weird. I 100% agree. Ah. Sadly, no Yakuza gift redeem. Could you imagine? But yeah, the Wind Waker Rando dev is, he's in enemy shuffle hell. He's like trying to get enemy Rando working for Wind Waker. He's been on it for like 3 years, or maybe even 4 at this point. I don't know. He has not done any major updates to Wind Waker Rando in that long. Dog, yes, years. I wish I was kidding you. It's been like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, Ballum. Yeah, I'd say it's around there, yeah. Skyward Sword Rando, honestly, probably about the same as TP Rando, I think. They have a lot of settings for Skyward Sword. Rando, as far as I know. When I looked into it, just curiously, they have a lot of settings. They also have a well-developed hint system, too, as far as I know. It's definitely Wind Waker Rando at the bottom, yeah. And it used to be, like... It used to be probably right under Zooter for a while, until MMR was picking up and everything, and then combo and stuff. Yeah, that's like the big thing with Skyward Sword Rando is like, it's the Wii version. I think there is an HD version too, maybe, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it does get big coverage, yeah. The community for that, the racing community for that scene is active and stuff. It gets good ZSR coverage, but like, really, the dude that came up with the Gossip Stone copycat is the reason for that, I think. Because he has a side branch that he still, like, they use for Wind Waker Rando for racing. And so he's the one that's, like, listening to the racing community and stuff. And the main Rando dev is just in enemy Rando land. So, like... and, like, obviously because the racing stuff is in a side branch, that makes it more inaccessible for people to find. Because they even make it, like, a separate Discord for the racing. It's not even in the, like, they do, like, have a channel for racing in the Wind Waker Rando Discord, but, like, they tell you to just, oh no, go to this Discord instead. They, like, redirect you. And again, there's also the whole aspect that for Wind Waker Rando for racing, they're quite different in terms of, like, what they allow for, like, what's legal compared to most other 3D Zeldas. And that is, like, things like item storage and stuff like that. They allow, like, those kinds of glitches, which is really crazy. To me, from my outsider point of view. Like, someone that's just an observer. Like, it's very weird. It's not very accessible to people that might have a modicum amount of interest to, like, race Wind Waker Rando. Yeah, yup. I was shocked to learn that too, but that's how they roll. It's not the devs that are in charge of the race stuff for that. I think it's just the community itself spiraled into that. They just took that as their own thing and ran with it, and the main dev that is in enemy rando hell didn't care. Probably really didn't have that much strong of an interest, I guess, in the race scene, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I don't actually know, but I'm just guessing. And the other person that made the side branch, he's an actual racer, right? He does actual racing, and not just in Wind Waker, he does it also in Zooter. Yeah, Jacob, yeah, that's a little bit of a different thing, yeah, for sure. Okay, no lantern there. Okay, so I have to check the Ashe's sketch. And what else did I get in here? Zora armor. Yeah, GB, the back in time stuff. Yeah. Again, I don't know. This just sounds insane. Yeah? Yeah? Oh, we got iron boots. Right, so it could just be an iron boots check, too. Actually, it doesn't have to be Zora armor only. Yeah. It could be in Temple of Time. That would be... Well, I'm gonna check the spring first. Because we can do everything in here, and I can show, like, one of the... comes from seeing those... Yeah, exactly, Balam. Exactly. I don't even know if Wind Waker Rando gets new racers. I have no idea what their attendance is like whatsoever. Zero clue. I mean, the thing is, I know, but I need another sword, so I can't skip these checks. Yeah, I don't know where I know there's a second sword in a dungeon somewhere, but... Checking race time. That's a good idea. If you're curious about it. Because I've never looked into it. I only just know that's how their race scene is. That they allow item storage and stuff. January 1st. 2 entrants. That's worse than Rando right now. That's honestly worse than Rando right now. And Rando's pretty bad because people get burnt out from the seasonal settings. Oh yeah, MMR, it's gonna be on season 7 this year. And last year we had about like 60 or 70 people that joined Qualls. And then once the seasonal tournaments are up, nice slingshot. Once the seasonal tournament is up, people tend to just not show up. Okay, there's a second sword. All right, so it's not for a sword, so it's for the boss key. The lantern. It's for the boss key in Temple of Time. So I need to, God, I need to actually hope that Plus the week after was... I mean, Balam can pull up some other races if he wants to. If he has race time open. Anyway. Barrier skip. Yeah, see? 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 I'm not crazy! See? 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 I'm not crazy for Wind Waker Rando. See? With zombie hovering. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's... I don't know how they get new people. I'll tell you that much. It's not accessible. Like, that's the kind of thing I talk about with people when they talk about accessible, is like, it's down to what rules, like what you're setting as like what's allowed for the player to do. And when you just allow like every single glitch except for like basically the stuff that lets you just beat the seed immediately, it's like, how are people meant to get into the rando? Right? Yeah. The Blitz Qual was and we had asyncs. So we had like, it was like 17 total, I think. Not terrible, but it's certainly more alive than Wind Waker Rando, at least. If we're just judging it by that. And like the weeklies for Rando get like 5-6 people right now. We have 2 weeklies every weekend, so. A new Wednesday game. Yeah, no, it's not great, Balam. It's not. I've been trying, but people just, as far as Rando goes, people are just like, they do the, I'm trying to think, it wouldn't able to be the underwater boulder. People just, like, get very burnt out after the seasonal tournaments. And so we've been trying to change things up by doing something like Blitz, which is like different, you know, like faster seeds, different settings, right? Been trying to do that. And it's all just like mixed. I mean, well, not mixed, but it's like, it's all like very, oh right, whoops. It's all like not really working the way I want it to. And it's really just because it's an old rando and like people just, the main people that come, they only come every season and then they get burnt out and they do other stuff. And we don't really get new players either. Wait, what am I doing? Just do this. I need to buy water bombs now. God, when I saw that post, Balam, I was like, oh my goodness, how does that... I hope that person got, like, immediately banned for that when I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Lambda, there was someone in the Donk Discord who has commented on stuff before that they made some pretty poor decisions. Like they made a pretty poor, like pretty like over the top, overreactionary like post about what their Donk season 4.5 and in the Donk Discord water bombs I need. Okay. Yeah, I guess we go to North Eldon next with Iron Boots. It's gotta be talking about Iron Boots, basically. So I just need to push Iron Boots checks, and it might, unironically, it might point at Temple of Time itself, because that is behind Iron Boots. So, like, Lantern could just be chilling in Temple of Time, and maybe I should just go find that out first. But there's also not that many Overworld Iron Boots related checks. You know? So... Inspired if Dose wasn't in Japan, it could nuke them. Yeah! Furthermore, if they didn't start saying that people's opinions were just a wall of emotions and that the commenter in question was thinking with hard facts. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rex. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, I had seen their... I think I had responded to them before at some point, like a year ago or something. I don't remember. I remember they made some weird comments in the past, like that same person. Like they were pretty ridiculous. I was like, dude. Yeah, 100% there is. Yeah. Yeah. Please. Yeah, that's kind of the impression I had of them. Full bug. Not required. I'm trying to think. Do I want to go up to Lanayru Field from here and get that underwater chest? Yeah. I kind of have to. Master Sword. Okay. Well, then I don't need the one in the dungeon now. Yeah, I guess I mean, with that, I almost kind of just pushed Temple of Time and just see if Lantern's in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and then if it is Underwater Goron, after I check Temple of Time, then I know already. Oh, right, we're looking for Bulblin Camp Key still, too. Oh, God. Oh, that's what Lantern's for. It's for the Bulblin Camp Key. Oh. Okay, yeah. Well, I think this is still worth checking, because Iron Boots is to Lantern. Like, we know that at this point. Although the Donk has I have 2 nickels. There's a lot, but it's weird it's happened twice. Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was an unfortunate thing with someone else that was kind of a blindside. Kind of weird how that happened. I was kind of sad about it when I learned about it, like, much later. Because they were involved in making a lot of music. It was really good. Yeah, I was like, wow. And I mean, it's like, if you don't even know, then it's totally a them thing. Right? So, like, they were just... oh yeah, I can't warp in the water. You must have missed this one? Oh yeah. I happened upon the conversation when the person in question was brought up. And then, I think it was Balam that revealed, like, the YouTube link for, what they said. It's pretty weird. This model does not affect the Zora armor and magic armor stuff. Yeah, we're gonna go into Temple of Time now, then. That means it's Bulblin Camp Key like, Lantern to get Bulblin Camp Key, and it's possible it's just in Temple of Time. Which, honestly, I think once I get in here, I'm going to get up and stretch for a few minutes, because I've been sitting here for a while. But we've had a really, really fun set of conversations. I've been piecing this thing together. It helps that Snow Peak is, like, a dungeon that I basically had to do everything. Yeah, 100%, yeah. I don't think anyone here would do that necessarily, but always good to err on the side of caution. Okay. So let me pause here, because I need to get up. Yeah, I was also surprised just in the same way, Jacob. BRB, though. Okay, I needed that stretch. Yo, Trophy Tom, thank you for the raid. Morning. Yeah, it was really surprising to me when I saw that too, Jacob. Yeah, it's very weird. Very weird behavior. How's it going? It's going pretty well, actually. Like, this seed is probably the best seed I have played in, like, a week? Because I haven't had any problems, and the pathing has made a lot of sense. Okay, Iron Knuckle Chest is dead. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Hope your stream was good. Causes you great stress. Oh my god. And anxiety. Lord Pikachu. Fun fact, breaking that pot, it's not a problem, but breaking that pot with a bomb is logical. You place the bomb right next to it and then you go. Oh wait, I encountered that once already in a seed. But that makes sense, because it's not pretty reasonable to expect you to think to do that. It was just funny to me that it came up in a seed. Do I have... So, I am missing Lantern to get Bulblin Camp Key. Tom. That is not what I meant to do. Because I need Bulblin Camp Key to go to City in the Sky. And we have an not iron, we have a ball and chain to Lantern. And Temple of Time was behind Zora Armor, Water Bombs, and Iron Boots. And I did several overworld checks of the Iron Boots and found nothing. There's only, like, one more Iron Boots check in the overworld, and then there's, like, one ball and chain, one ball and chain overworld check that I know of, but I don't know if it's available unless I have the Reekfish scent. Like, I actually don't know. Because I have the warp, and I could go backwards from Snow Peak, but I don't know if that's, one, logically expected, and two, I don't know if it's even possible, because I don't know if the area that you would normally need the Reekfish scent would void me out at that point or not. I feel like it should be possible, because I feel like the Reekfish scent only checks for that section that voids you, and it wouldn't prevent you from going to the Wolf Grotto that I need to go to, or would need to go to with Ball and Chain, but I don't know. I don't know. I am messing with stuff that I normally have not, which is starting with the Snow Peak warp. But Temple of Time was more dense to go into, and it's a required dungeon. I need to find the boss key, so at that point it made more sense to go into after I did some overworld checks with the Iron Boots. That is why I'm in here. And I only just realized that that's the reason why the Bulblin Camp Key is required. it's this side, yeah. Sometimes my brain confuses which side in some areas because of the Wii version. Oh my god. Please. Also, nice Dominion Rod colors. Also, no, it's not a baby seed. Yup, funny rod. There it is. Okay, sick. Yes, they are. So I do random cosmetics every time. So it randomly chose those colors. You can do that. It also, like, so, other equipment that can be affected are iron boots, spinner, as you can see, the sword hilt, the sword itself, what else? I think Law Shots can. Yeah, so chest size matches contents, that won't be a thing until 1.4. The work has been somewhat done for it already by somebody, but they're trying to have this dev version released as the stable version. So they did a feature freeze, and they're doing a release candidate testing now. So the chest size matches contents, unfortunately, isn't until the early 1.4 dev cycle starts. But when it is a thing, it'll be so good. I don't know if it'll necessarily mean next year. They probably, if anything, yeah, boss key, okay. Probably, they'll probably, you know. Jacob. You know what, screw it, I'm just gonna blow these guys up. Whatever. Nice. Okay, I'm always bad at the item wheel stuff, dude. You just assume the worst. It really sounds to me like, based on what Lunar was saying, like, 1.4 stuff, they're already gonna be, like, firing on all cylinders for or something once 1.3 is out. Whoop. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I turned Jacob off of this rando because of, Gale Boomerang plus bombs logic, so that won't be happening. There. I just want to get rid of him this time. Yeah, specifically for Lakebed Temple, Grandma. It's fine for, like, the overworld checks that expect it. Because I think a player could intuitively think about that for those sections, especially because you can buy bomb refills, but inside Lakebed Temple, where there's no refills, in the room you're expected to do it in both rooms, actually, and you have very little space for the bombs to avoid exploding as they hit a wall. It's not good. I don't agree with it, personally. For lake beds specifically. For the overworld, it's okay because you can always go buy bombs when you run out if you do mess up a lot. Did they say why it's like that? I have not complained about it because they have already responded to people that get confused about it. And from my point of view, the way I took it is that they have it in base logic because they don't have a logic trick system built. And so the devs want it to be in base logic instead of it being a trick because they don't have the trick thing. They would probably make it a trick if they had logic tricks, but they don't. So they put it in base logic. Now, maybe they have some other reasons for it. I don't know. But that is what I basically saw. And I think it's been that way for the logic for like the past like 3 versions. So, yeah. Yeah, reasons are to get good, exactly. That's probably the reason. No boss key there. Yes, they do. They do, Balam, yeah. I should have gotten rid of the Helmastars. I don't know what I was thinking. That's why, like, Geek, I was saying, like, for the overworld, it's fine. But for inside lake bed, where it's the cramped space and stuff, it's very difficult to actually... Okay, first of all, it's not just the cramped space, but you're on a timer. The bomb will detonate if you aren't quick enough. So you have to be very quick, and it adds pressure to the situation of getting the Gale Boomerang target on it, and then having to maneuver that over to the stalactite above you, and you have to be in a very specific spot, or at least like a very specific like location, not exact spot, to properly line it up and not have the bomb explode from one of the small walls that you're standing near. And it gets worse later in the dungeon, where you have these little, like, pathways that have collision, and there's one stalactite you have to aim at above with the Gale Boomerang and the bomb can hit these little small grooves in the floor and blow up. Yeah. Yeah, they expect you to do it not only in that initial area in Lakebed Temple, but also in a later part of the dungeon. There's the boss key. Okay. So now we can just go, because we know Lantern locks Bulblin Camp Key. Yeah, and I don't blame anyone else that would be put off by it, because... it's not... it is not very casual friendly. Like, at all. Yeah, I had it come up in a seed. A second time. Recently. In the past 2 weeks or something. And... that first room in Lakebed where there's all these stalactites on the ceiling, you have to get 3 of them. Or sorry, you have to get 4 of them if you want the chest. And the chest 90% of the time in that room, the chest is a required small key. And so, in that second time that I had it come up, I came in with 17 water bombs. 17? I finished the room with 2 water bombs. And the chest in that room was a required small key. By logic. Because, worst case key logic. Ow. And I still had to go later on in the dungeon and do it again. And if I didn't get any water bomb refills on the way to the second time I had to do it, I was gonna have to leave the dungeon with the cuckoo warp to be able to buy more water bombs or whatever, just to continue the dungeon and try and get the item I needed for it. You tried for a solid 2 to 3 weeks to get that trick, which is like 2 minutes into the run. Oh my god. That's crazy. Just add mood kick to DK64R and things balance out. Phase walking, yeah. Oh, whoops. More to do! That did not work. Oh gosh. You not get the inputs. I could understand, cause like there's a boss strat for GOAT in MM that a lot of runners do, and it's the one with the bow and they like hop back and forth from like the corner or whatever, and they somehow do it like, and I swear to God, it's like a claw. You have to like hold the controller with like in a claw, I swear, like a claw grip to do it. And I have never wrapped my head around how to do that. And it seems like it's so easy, but it's really not. And so I just do the FD bomb strat instead. And that is basically that. Oh, okay, I thought it didn't knock him down. And that is basically the same amount of time as the bow strat. If not faster, if you have, as long as you have FD or GFS. You start off boss fights. Oh god. What the heck was that? Why did that happen? Ew. My ears. That has not happened before. That's just what bugs sound like. Nosley's reaction it also makes me like, okay, I'm not alone. What the heck, dude? That... Okay, I will say I am using that OOT, like, link audio thing. I don't know if that affects that sound effect for some reason. If it does, ow. If that's every time. Alright. Yeah, this is faster to do. Alright, so Lantern is gonna give me the Bulblin Camp key. So I need to go... I need to go to Poison Mist. That's where I need to go. That's where we're going first. Unless I can play as Linebeck. Non-negotiable. There goes Wednesday Wind Waker, Rando. Yup. God, dude. Oh wait, yeah, we don't need to worry about. Yeah, it could just be. I would just be going through here. Okay, so we got this. We got the Link's House Lantern chest. I got Cack Graveyard Lantern chest. A lot of lantern chests to check. Alright. Lantern. Yes it is! Thank you, Pikachu, for the clip. Yeah, the dev who did the RGB lantern is in the chat. Nozzly. Yo, Pojo, thank you for the 95 streams. You are very close. Let's go. Heck yeah, thank you. The big hundo. Yeah, also if you get the light sword, your sword can be rainbow RGB too. There it is! Alright, that's go mode. Sick. And City in the Sky is very fast. Yeah, I mean, that's why I was like, the ammo sprite was such a good idea. It's simple, and like, it was pretty reasonable, like, simple as in, like, it's the sprite, or whatever, and not a 3D model. But, can we get RGB Lanky? Oh my gosh, dude. Like, if we get, like, juicy Lanky. Oh. God. Oh. Toughest choice requires the greatest sacrifices. Oh gosh, my right eye. I got something in my eye. Ah! Oh god, I hate when that happens, when you rub my eye and I get something in it. Ah! Oh. Okay, should be fine now, I think. Oh. Well, for once, the only 3D model you made RGB is Minda's hair. Yeah, the Minda's hair one is crazy. That's the one I use as the example for Balam to make the rainbow sprite for Donk, the ammo sprite. I'm surprised that great spin doesn't just nuke him. Uh-oh. Texture, oh my gosh. Whoops. What? Excuse me. You're supposed to go through the gate. Sir. Yeah, if you want to see if you didn't see the RGB Midna hair, here it is. Pretty cool. Okay, so the good news is about my settings is I made it so I start with the boss key, so we can just go mode this dungeon. It's great. Use the cycle even if you pause. Oh, if you pause the game. Okay. I mean, no one's really gonna see that, though. But I'd get wanting to maybe fix it, so it doesn't do it. You notice it all the time? I certainly didn't. Yeah, that's because you know. Alright, here we go. Alright. Oh, I might have goofed. I didn't. Yay! Okay. Yay, get to skip the whole dungeon. Yay! Yeah, so basically, what I did there is I just skipped, like, a trigger or flag that would normally make the fan spin and force you to have to go all the way around to go turn it off. You can reset, like, go back to the beginning of the dungeon to try again, but obviously you lose time if you mess it up. Yeah! Fortunately, Rando, does speed up the magnet boots, or whatever. So, like, Goron Mines is good in Rando. I almost goofed on that. Okay. This scene was definitely very cool. It locked... Hyrule Castle locked Shadow Crystal because of Oro's memo being in there. God. Oh, wait, I forgot. That's right. I'm like one phase ahead. I don't think this boss fight is bad, but like, at all. I think this boss fight is cool, but City in the Sky, yeah. The dungeon itself is like, you know. Eh. I do dislike this first phase a lot, though, because there's a lot of waiting. And now we wait and attack. Oh, very lucky. Man, you know, I got really lucky pulling that Master Sword in the overworld, because I would have had a whole city in the sky to search for the sword if I didn't check the overworld with Iron Boots before going to Temple of Time. And that was just because I was like, I need to find Lantern. And I need to understand this ball and chain path. That's a shame. All right. I gotta go beat Ganon. Very cool seed. I enjoyed the pathing of this one. A lot of it made a lot more sense than some of those other ones I've played. My gosh. Am I winning? Yes, I'm in go mode. Going to go beat Ganon. For once, I actually played the seed very well. I mean, we did have that other seed I was playing really well, and then we had the crash in Forest Temple. That sucked. Is that one I was definitely gonna finish if the crash didn't happen? That prevented me from actually beating Forest Temple. I would have gotten the claw shots easily. But, oh well. More than ice cold. I like how I still use the sense there, even though I did it without it earlier in the seed. Because I had to do it without it earlier, because Shadow Crystal was behind Hyrule Castle. Which was sick to have happen a second time. Alright, bow, irons, let's go. Is this a sub 3 TP random? This is a mistake. No, so before I started doing, like, Shadow Crystal Shuffle, I was getting sub 3 hour seeds pretty consistently. It's when I started shuffling the Shadow Crystal and, like, making some other changes that, seeds started to go veer towards 3 hours. But also a lot of the time, when I'm playing TP Rando, I make the one wrong choice in the seed, and then it goes 3 hours. Because that one wrong choice ends up making me have to full clear until I find the item I missed. Oh, whoops. And sometimes that's a, sometimes that ends up being like a claw shot. Times is actually just an unhinted Shadow Crystal. Oh, well, that wasn't good. Whoops. There we go. like some other unhinted dumb item, of course, that it ends up being. What the heck? Dude. Dude, really? I've never had him, like, fall over like that before. Where I couldn't... Where is he? There he is. Where I couldn't actually attack him. I was very lucky. Ah, oh, dang. Didn't get him on the U-turn. Okay, not a bad horseback. Could have been worse. this stuff. And GG! There it is! Yay! An actual well-played seed finished! Yay! With no crashes. No random other issues. Although we did have that one loud sound effect for some reason. Thank you, thank you. I wonder how bad that other sword is, though, that's inside the dungeon. Let's see. Progressive sword. Oh, I have to do, like, underscore. City in the Sky, Baba Tower Top, small chest. Okay, that wouldn't have been that deep into City in the Sky. That would have been, like, 3 or 4 checks into there, I think? Yeah, I think so. So it wouldn't have been that bad if that was the sword you were supposed to get. Or, not supposed to, but were to go get. Yeah, the playthrough gets the sword that I got, which makes sense to me. So this ends up being 9 spheres. Still very satisfying, though, because of where Shadow Crystal ended up. It was very cool to have the situational Oro's memo required, because Shadow Crystal was behind it. And that was from Hyrule Castle. Yeah, thank you all for the GGs. Thank you all for watching. This was a good seed. Fun time. Who is there to... Who is there to... Sky Bills... Sky? Because, yeah, I don't want to raid people that are probably playing something like Resident Evil 9, because that'll just spoil the heck out of it. For people that don't want to be spoiled by it. I don't think there's any Donker. No one's posted in the streams for that. Where is Patty? Patty just went live. Yeah, thank you all for watching, though. So I should be back with Camarano tomorrow afternoon. Go ahead and raid Sky. You know, we already raided Patty recently. Let's raid Sky. Just raid her Sky. Do that. What do you mean? Hyrule Castle has one important item, and it's Oro's memo to get Shadow Crystal out of Gerudo Desert to... what was after that? It was to get... yeah, to get Ball and Chain to get... get Lantern out of Snow Peak Ruins to get Goblin Camp E to beat my last dungeon. There we go. That's a good paragraph. That kind of summarizes things. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. You all have a good night. I'm gonna get some good rest because I'm not gonna be up at 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning from DK64 or any randomizer at all. So you all have a good night. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the raids. Bye!